Okay, we're back again. So this here is an example of another financial maths question that you might have. And so this has to do with hire purchase again. And so just pay attention to different types of hire purchase questions that you might get. And so this is one of them. So let's just read the question before we start thinking. Let's read the question. Shanti buys a new car. The cash price is 210,000 rands. She pays a deposit of 25% as well as 60 monthly payments of 5,100. And then questions 2.1, calculate the deposit. 2.2, calculate the total cost to buy the car on hire purchase. So I'm going to read that again so that we understand this, and please do this for yourself. Read the question as many times as possible so that you understand what they're really asking you. Okay. Shante buys a new car. The cash price is 210,000 rands. That's what it costs. She pays a deposit of 25% as well as 60 monthly payments of 5,100 rands. Okay, so let's first make sense of what is happening here. So Shante walks into a dealership, a car dealership, and she sees the car she wants. They tell her, look, if you want that car, you should be willing to spend 210,000. Okay, so Shante has the money, and they say, okay. Then she says, okay, let me put down a payment, right, of 25%. So if you want to pay 25% of a specific amount, that means that's going to be subtracted from the total amount that you're going to be paying for the remainder of the period, right? So now she says, let me pay 25% of this amount. So firstly, let us start with the calculation. What is 25%? So let's first say 2.1. 25%. Remember I said to you, whenever you see percentage, it's over 100 rand. Sorry, 100. And so we take 25 over 100, multiply that by the total cost price. Okay, so put that into your calculator. I'm going to do it here. We've got 25 over 100. Multiply that by 210,000. Okay, that gives me 5,500. Okay, so this is how much Shante puts down, right? So if Shante puts down this amount, that means Shante is basically paying this off. So whatever she needs to pay is going to be the difference. Okay, so always bear that in mind. And this is life lessons. So many people ask, what am I gonna do with what I'm learning now? This is important for you to know. If you go and buy a car and they say put down 25%, this is how you're gonna calculate the 25%. Okay, so let's go to the next question, which is 2.2. It says calculate the total cost to buy the car on hire purchase. So it's now something that you need to understand about hire purchase is that if you're buying something on a hire purchase, you definitely going to be paying more than what the initial cost or cash price was. So you need to make sure that you understand these concepts, because there's interest on top of that. There's interest on top of the amount that they putting on display for you. So if the cost is cash price, which is 210, that means you're gonna be paying more because you buying it on a different deal. That different deal has its own interest price. Okay, so now let us do this. You have, they say calculate the total cost to buy the car on hire purchase. Okay, so that means you are going to have 5,500, okay, plus, remember the information said they put Shante put down a deposit of 25%, which is this amount, and then she paid 60 monthly payments of 5,100. So we're gonna say 60 times 5100. Okay. Let's calculate that. That's 5,500 plus 60 times 5100. That gives me a total of 358,500. That's basically what it's gonna be. So the question was, she buys a car, and then the car costs 210,000, and then she pays a deposit of 25% of the total cost, which is the 210. So if she puts down a deposit, that's 52,500, and then as well as 60 monthly payments of 5,100. And so the question is, calculate the deposit. We've calculated the deposit here, and then the next question is calculate the total cost to buy a car on a hire purchase. So hire purchase, whenever you buy something on a hire purchase, just know you're going to put down a deposit, and just know that the amount is going to be so high. It's going to be more than what is this? More than the amount that you were initially given there. So the question might be, so why are we not using the simple interest formula in this case, right? Why are we not using a simple interest formula in this case? Because this is a hire purchase question. It's simple. When you use the hire purchase formula, it is because you were given the percentage for the interest, and you were given the period for that amount that you need to be paying. But now here, if you see the percentage that's given is how much you're going to put down. Do you see that? And then the period that's given is not a number of years, but it's a number of monthly payments. So here, you don't really need to know a formula. But if you are given number of years and a percentage on, or the rate, the percentage on the interest or the rate, then you would have used the simple interest formula. But here you just given information, and if you just given information, then you use the information as is. So they mean, if you've paid, if Shante's paid a deposit of 52,500 rands, there's an amount that's left over, and she pays the amount that's left over for 60 months, which is 5,100 rands per month. So that's why you've got 60, which is monthly, times 5,100. So you paying this 5,100 times 60 times. Do you see that? And so the total that this person pays, which is Shante in this case, is this amount here, 358,500. And so that's basically what the difference is. And so that's how you do this, and it's easy stuff, very easy stuff. And so let me just stop the video, because that's about it. If you don't get it, just relook at the video and you'll be fine. Okay, thanks, enjoy.